Okay, now we want to send a few backlinks to our site to let Google know that it's there, give Google a kind of an idea of what our site's about. One thing we don't want to do, since we're using the exact match domain, in my example, I'm using the keyword Earth for Energy, right? So since my domain is earthforenergies.com, I definitely don't want to start by sending backlinks with the anchor text Earth for Energy because that'll raise red flags with Google immediately. So what I want to do is send a few blog comments. Some will be do follow. A lot of blog comments are no follow. It doesn't matter either way. It has some value for SEO, and we can get some high PR sites to linking into us by just commenting on some blogs. Now these aren't super high quality links, but remember the purpose here isn't to start ranking our site just yet. What we're trying to do here is let Google know that our site's there and also start linking in with some anchor text that's not exactly the keywords that we're targeting. So that way, once we do start sending anchor text with the keyword that we're targeting, it doesn't look suspicious to Google. So it's very important that we do this first, and we're going to do this for about 2 weeks before we start sending any other links to our site. So there's two ways to do this. There's the way that I'm going to show you with Scrapebox, and there's also a completely free way that you can do this that doesn't cost anything, which I'll show you. I'll show you in a minute. It is a little bit less effective. And then for some other stuff that we're going to do later on, Scrapebox is going to be very helpful to have. But like I said, all this stuff that I'm doing with Scrapebox, it can be done manually. It's a more time-consuming thing. So I do recommend that you get Scrapebox. Also, I just checked on it, and I think I said in the last video that it was $50 one time. It's actually $97 one time. So anyway, just throwing that out there. Um, so the first thing that you need to do before running Scrapebox is you need to have some proxies. Now with Magic Submitter, you'll also need proxies, but there's an alternative where you can use software called Hide My Ass, and it's like $12 a month. I prefer to use proxies. I think they work a lot better in my experience. Plus, I use Scrapebox, so you can use the same proxies across for Scrapebox and for Magic Submitter. Unfortunately, with Scrapebox, Scrapebox works too fast. It scrapes the web too fast to be able to use Hide My Ass. You have to have proxies for this. So just to give you an idea, since maybe you're not really familiar with what proxies are, basically what happens with Scrapebox is it's going to connect with Google and just scrape all kinds of keywords. It's going to be basically connecting to Google very, very quickly, and it's going to be very suspicious to Google if it's all coming from your computer's IP. And what will happen if it's all coming from one IP, Google will temporarily block your IP and won't let you access Google because it knows that there's a bot, basically, that there's some kind of software that's it's a kind of a safety precaution for Google. So what we do is we use proxies, so it looks like even though it's the software that's coming from your computer, it looks like it's coming from a bunch of different computers, so it doesn't raise any red flags with Google, and then you have no problems at all. So it's absolutely essential that you have proxies. Now you'll have to buy the proxies, so I'm going to show you the website that I use. You can get now the number of proxies that you want to buy, it really depends on how much you're using Scrapebox and Magic Submitter. If you're only doing one campaign every once in a while, maybe a couple times a month, then just getting 10 proxies, it's $10. That's perfectly fine. If you're going to be using it a little bit more, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, you're running campaigns, I would suggest doing at least the 20 proxies. And then if you get to the point where maybe you're taking on clients and you're doing like 10 campaigns a day or something, just a huge amount of campaigns, then you're definitely going to need something more like the 100 proxies. But that's only if you get to the point where you've really scaled up big time and you're using this a lot. But for most of you, if you're just starting out and this is your first campaign, and you're only going to run maybe a couple campaigns a month, 10 proxies is fine. You can do the semi-dedicated ones. The dedicated proxies, it's more expensive and it's not really necessary. So just the semi-dedicated proxies are fine. It'll save you a little bit of money. All right, so once you have your proxies, you'll just plug them in right here in this box, in Scrapebox. And now we can get started by finding some blogs to comment on. So this is what this is what I do. It's what I recommend that you do as well. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to find a bunch of WordPress blogs that we can leave comments on. So go up here to the top and click Platforms. Then click the Platforms tab, make sure that WordPress is checked. Click OK, and now we're going to type in some keywords related to our site. So in my case, I'm going to type in alternative energy, green energy, clean energy, solar energy, and wind energy. So that should be plenty. Then I want to choose the number of results per keyword, and I'll probably do just 100 should be fine. And click Start Harvesting. This should take about a minute or so. Okay, so in a minute and 10 seconds that finished, and it found me 1,399 URLs related to those keywords. So that's pretty good. Obviously, it would take a lot longer to do that without Scrapebox. So first thing I'm going to do is go up to Remove Filter and click Remove Duplicate URLs. Get rid of the duplicates. So we removed 420 duplicates. So we have 979 left. And now I want to make sure that I remove all of the URLs that have been de-indexed by Google. If they're not indexed by Google, we don't want them linking to us because that could reflect very poorly on our site. So click Check Index, then click Google Index, and this will determine if these URLs are indexed by Google or if they've been de-indexed. Okay, so it's a good thing we did this because it looks like about half of these URLs aren't indexed in Google. So we want to get rid of all of those. So the next thing we're going to do is go click on this little index button, and then anything that either doesn't have, if it doesn't say anything right here, like just has a line, or if it says no, we want to get rid of all those guys. So just highlight these. Then right click and select Remove Selected URLs from List. So now all we have are indexed domains. Now we want to check for the PageRank. So click Check PageRank and then get URL PageRank. Don't click Get Domain PageRank. We want to know the actual, we want to make sure that the actual URL that our comment is going on is going to be a high PageRank URL, so it'll give some authority to our site. So let's go ahead and click Get URL PageRank. Okay, now we've got the PageRank, so click the PR button up at the top, and let's see what we've got. Alright, so we've got quite a few that are PR3 and above. So let's go ahead and just remove everything that's below PR3. So we'll grab PR2 and then go all the way down. Get rid of all the PR1s. Definitely don't want to comment on anything that's PR0 or anything that is NA. So once we have all those highlighted, just right click and click Remove Selected URL from List. So now we have just a list of URLs that are PR3 through PR5. And you can see we've dramatically reduced the number of actual URLs that we have at this point. There's only 18 left. So if you end up getting rid of a lot of URLs, you might have to run Scrapebox again. Just do the same thing with a few additional keywords. The next thing that I want to show you is the outbound link checker. So there's a ton of add-ons that come with Scrapebox. So basically what we're going to do is go to add-ons, click, and when you first install Scrapebox, there won't be anything added here. So you'll have to go to show available add-ons. And then we're going to go to Scrapebox outbound link checker. Click install add-on. And then we're actually going to go ahead and install another one that we're going to use. Let's see, the Scrapebox blog analyzer. So we'll go ahead and install that one too. So now you want to go to Scrapebox outbound link checker. Then click load list, load from Scrapebox, and click start. And then you may want to remove the some of these URLs that have a lot of outbound links, because the fewer links that are going away from the site, that means that your link is going to have more authority and it's going to be better for your site. So click filter, and I recommend doing about remove entries which have less than 50, or sorry, which have more than 50 links. So click OK. Then save results, save to Scrapebox. Exit. Alright, so now you'll go to the add-on Scrapebox Blog Analyzer, and we'll get rid of the bad blogs. So load list, load from Scrapebox, start. Now click filter, remove all bad blogs, save list, save all URLs to Scrapebox. Or actually at this point you can save them to a file. I'll just save to the desktop, call it energy blog URLs, save. So now I've saved all of these to my desktop, so I can open up that file and I'll have a list of about 15, 16 blogs that I can post to that are going to give a lot of authority to my site. These are good blogs with high PR and not a lot of backlinks. So these are pretty much the best blogs that I could comment on to send some good link juice to my site. So what I recommend doing, well, first of all, I'll show you an example of what to do once you have the blog list. Okay, I'm going to copy one of these URLs. I'm going to go. Okay, so the purpose of doing this way is that you end up on this blog where you can put a backlink down in the comment section. So when you leave a comment, you can leave your website, your website URL that you're trying to rank, the page you're trying to rank, in the anchor text. This is where your name is. For the anchor text, or for the name, you would leave the anchor text that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to type Earth for Energy, because then I would have a backlink with the anchor text Earth for Energy. I'm going to save that until I do the Magic Submitter campaign. So right now I just want to leave a comment with the anchor text. In this case, it would go in the name field of something that's similar to Earth for Energy, but not exactly that keyword. So I'm going to type alternative energy. And then you put your email and then the website, so http://www.earthforenergies.com. And then here I will leave a comment, and at this point I want to leave a comment that is relevant to the post so that the administrator knows that I actually read this, because with tools like Scrapebox, they get all kinds of spam comments all the time, and then of course the moderator is not going to approve those. So that's the reason why we're doing it this way, so that we can be sure that the majority of our links, or at least a good portion of the comments that we leave, will get approved by the moderator, and then we'll have those good backlinks going to our site. So you'll read through this and then think of something good to say that will show the moderator that you're actually interested in what they're blogging about. You leave your comment here and then you submit it, and you want to do this just about 4 or 5 times a day for about 2 weeks. Okay, so if you do it Monday through Friday 5 times a day, then you'll end up leaving about 50 comments total over the course of 2 weeks. And then you'll probably, some of those won't be approved because the moderator is not paying attention right away or whatever. Some will be automatically approved. So over the course of that 2 weeks, you probably can expect to get at least 20% of your links approved. and that would be about 10 good high quality backlinks going to your site. So that by itself isn't going to rank your site, especially since you haven't used your anchor text yet, but it's the perfect thing to do before you begin your Magic Submitter campaign. So be sure you do that, and then in the next video we'll get started with our Magic Submitter campaign. Okay, almost forgot. One last thing. If you want to start leaving some blog comments, but you don't have the money for Scrapebucks right now, one thing that you can do to be sure that you can just do a simple Google search and find some blogs to comment on. If you type in the phrase, in quotes, comments by intense debate, then whatever your something related to the keyword that you're targeting, so alternative energy, then this will bring up a list of blogs that you can comment on that are somewhat related to your keyword, or at least contain your keyword. So you can go here, read the blog just like we had mentioned before. You want to make sure you leave a good comment, then scroll down to the bottom. Oh, these are, not sure where I'm supposed to comment here. Okay, so on this particular blog I don't see where the comment section is. But it's the same as with the WordPress sites. I don't know what that is. It's not a great example apparently. Let's try maybe. Okay, so do intense debate one word. I think that was our problem there. Alright, so we got a blog. Obviously this is all about clean energy. So we would just go down to the comment section in the name field, like put your anchor text like before, email, and then your URL that you're trying to rank. And the one good thing about intense debate is that actually a lot of these comments are actually follow links. They're not no follow links, they're actually do follow links. So that's an added bonus to using intense debate blogs, intense debate blog comments. So that's the free method, and then of course you could do a Google search for blogs related to your niche or whatever too. But Scrapebox is definitely the way that I recommend, but this is a good alternative if you're a little bit low on cash. So in the next video we'll get started on the Magic Submitter campaigns.